Very simple idea. Bangladesh at that time, today there's electricity in the villages. When we did it some 20 years back, there's no electricity in the villages. So every villager, when the evening comes, turn on the hurricane lantern with the kerosene lamp. Kerosene lamp is the only way you can have lights. And the families, destitute families who have difficulty buying kerosene, they will finish their dinner before the sunset so that they don't have to resort to kerosene or light. They can't afford it, so save money. So that's the situation in Bangladesh. We looked around. In the meantime, something happened, something called solar energy. The first time we heard about it, solar energy, 30, 40 years back. Solar energy, so we studied it. Solar panel. My God, you can create energy, you can create power by solar panels. So we started inquiring about it and bought some solar panels from the international sources. Try it out. Can we do it affordable way for the villagers so that they can have electricity of their own? They will be producing their own electricity. Once we test it out, it worked. So we go to the houses, everybody, every family. We said, how much money you spend on kerosene every month for your lighting? They say, well, I spend X amount of money. Every month, there's a standard I have to spend it because my family needs a light about this. I have several lanterns to do that, several lamps. So we go house by house and give them a message. We'll bring electricity for you. Oh, it will be very expensive. We cannot afford it. We said, okay, we'll make it easy. How much money you spend on kerosene every month? Well, she quickly says, oh, this is the money we spend every month. Give that money to us. That's all. You're not making extra money, spending extra money. We give you electricity, more light than your kerosene lamp. If you don't like it, we'll take it back, return your money, you go back to your kerosene. How can they refuse it? It's such an easy thing. Everybody loved electricity. They said, okay, we'll try. If it doesn't work, give it back to us. Very easy. And people started agreeing to that. And we started installing solar panels and everything. And everybody started. You know, the light is such a powerful thing, you don't realize it now. When it's all dark, in the villages of Bangladesh, those days it's all dark. If there is one electric bulb anywhere in any direction, you can see it from miles. And everybody says, what happened to that village? They have electricity. How can they have electricity? What? They brought electricity. They produced their own electricity. And say, why don't we have it in our village? So everybody comes to us. Bring us to us. And very quickly, we had millions having this solar energy and so on. It's a very simple idea. It's not a complicated thing. I didn't invent solar panel. Somebody did it. All I'm saying, bringing it to replace the kerosene lamp. So all the problems you see, from another angle, you see it's a very simple thing. Microcredit is a very simple thing. You say, oh, what is this big discovery that you have to give a Nobel Peace Prize for that? Anybody could have done that. But anybody doesn't do it. That's the problem. If you had done it, you would have gone to the Nobel Peace Prize. But nobody does it. Things are very simple. Simply, we think in a complicated way. That's our problem. If we think in a simple way, we found the solution. And all you have to do now, repeat. All solutions is about repetition. Solution comes very easy. Repetition, you get tired. You say, oh, no, I've done it, it's worked, it's all right. You give up. Don't give up. Pursue it. You can change the whole world by just one tiny little thing. Every one of you, every one of human beings can change the world. Just one tiny little thing. You just concentrate one little problem and make sure you have the solution. If you have the solution, the world will be changed completely. That's the way. It's easy. Middle class, some are low, some less effective. One is very powerful. So you can start anyone. It will work, but may not work very well. But you have the patience to study, look at the one which works beautifully and applies to many rather than few. So that's our job. To look at the solution, batch of solutions, pick the one which works the best, and then follow it up. If you multiply, if you found solution for one person, it worked. I can guarantee you it will work for the second person too. It will work for the third person too. So it's a very easy thing. All we have to do, find the first solution. Once you've done that, it applies to the whole world. Nobody is away from that because all are human beings. We did it in a remote village in Bangladesh, Jobra, where we started this little thing. Who knew someday in future it will be done in the United States? It's all over the United States right now, among many other countries. It's not just one country, many countries. But to see it happening in the United States, it gives a shockwave to people. What? They need this little money in the United States. They have poor people in the United States. There are lots and lots of poor people in the United States. You don't see them because government gives them subsidy. Government gives them a check to take care of yourself. So you hide the poverty. Many countries cannot afford to do that. They don't have enough money. Government doesn't have enough money to pay everybody to survive, so on. So you see that poverty very clearly. So some people thought, why don't we bring it to the United States? In 2008, they created called Grameen America. Everybody laughed. We don't need Grameen America. This is not Bangladesh. This is not a poor country. And the people who organized it, they said, no, it's not a poor country, but there are lots of poor people in the country. This is a rich country with lots of poor people. So that's what they did. Now, it is in 35 major cities in the United States. You name any city, probably this is one of those 35 cities. They have microcredit program addressing exclusively to women. Loan size starts with $500, $600, under $1,000. For them, $600 is nothing. But the poor person, for $600 changes her life. So we started there. It grew and grew over the years. Last year, we lent out over $1.5 billion in tiny, tiny, tiny loans all over the United States. And every penny comes back. So it's just an idea. First they said it worked in Bangladesh, it will never work in anywhere else. I said, why not? People are people. They need money. So it started another country, another country, another country. So global. Somebody said, we have to do it in the United States. I'll give the money. You come here, do it. I said, okay, we'll do it. And now it's all over the United States. I said last year, the total money that we lent out was $1.5 billion. If you go 4 years from now, our projection is it will be $5 billion a year. So fast it goes because everybody wants that money. That's it.
For sure, and I think it also highlights the fact that it's really about, like you said, turning your ideas into actions, and oftentimes people can be dissuaded by pursuing their ideas because they don't believe they're going to turn into the next big Nobel Prize winning concept, but sometimes they do. And so we're honored to have you. But on that note, I also want to talk about specifically today's global climate, one that's dominated by fatigue. We're facing a series of complex, interconnected challenges, and youth can oftentimes feel like they don't have the agency or capacity to address these issues.